What's happening, guys, and welcome back to our channel. There are many problems that we face in daily life, and most of them can be boiled down to one cause: a lack of organization. So in this video, we're taking a look at how to stay well organized in life and business. Number 5, don't rely on memory.
You know, it's a bit like driving a car. When we drive a car, we do everything automatically.
In this day and age, there's a lot of information that's constantly being thrust our way, and as such, one way to deal with it all is to organize it. There are several ways to go about doing that, but there are a few things that you need to note down. Starting with the fact that if you come across information that might be useful to you, don't just rely on your brain to remember it for the near future. There's no telling what other information might come towards you, and it might even end up replacing the previous important info. As such, you need a reliable system to store data, such as note-taking apps or cloud backups like Google Drive. Another thing to note here is that that system needs to be easily accessible, otherwise what's the point of storing it there, right? Number 4, keep things that are useful.
But I do take care to buy things that bring me value, that bring me joy or utility.
This advice can be boiled down to the simple statement of don't be a hoarder. As you go on in life, there will come a time when you need to buy a certain item. But the problem with this is that when the usefulness of that item is over, people keep on storing it for years to come. This not only ends up wasting space in your home, but also deprives someone else that might be in need of that certain object. Another way to put this is that you should try to live life in a minimalist way.
Remember, the more things that you own, the more energy and time you have to spend maintaining them.
Number 3, label all things.
There's something that almost every pro does to increase their profit margin and secure their brand for long-term success.
Physical items are a necessary pain in order to function in this day and age. No matter how much things get digitized or stored online, there will always be objects around that can never be digitized. As such, in order to stay organized, you should develop the habit of labeling things that you might not need for a long time. This applies to things that are minuscule in size to things that might not be. For example, if you have the habit of jumbling certain items into a pile and throwing them inside a storage box, then it might be best for you to start labeling all those items. This might not seem like a useful thing in the near term, but it'll be more than worth your time in the future.
So last time I was moving and I put all that hardware into that plastic bag, I remembered to write down that this hardware goes to my desk.
Number 2, specify places for objects. One thing that a lot of people have the habit of doing is not putting things back where they picked them up from. This not only creates a problem for you in the future, since you might not remember where you placed it, but it will also wreak havoc on your life and business dealings. So one way to do this is to properly assign a place for any and all items in your life. This will only soothe your mind because you won't have to fret about finding items all over the place whenever you need them, but there is another advantage in all of this. It'll create a very satisfying and clean environment to work in, and there won't be chaos all around you. This simple thing will have a dramatically positive effect on your productivity. Number 1, have backups.
Especially if running out of that thing in the middle of your work would hamper the rest of your day or screw it up.
There's a golden rule for life. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. What this means is that if there's a single item in your life that you rely very deeply on, always ensure that there's a backup of that item present near you. For example, if there's a certain snack that you enjoy, be sure that there's enough so that if you run out of one packet, you'll always have another to jump to. This doesn't just apply to food items, but also to many other items. Another example that comes to mind is that of external hard disks. If you've purchased an external hard disk or any other form of data storing items like a USB or memory card, be sure that you have a backup of all that data present somewhere else, preferably on an item made by a different company. This causes dissimilar redundancy, which is a concept used in many different aspects of life. These were some of the details on how to stay well organized in life and in business. Being organized doesn't just happen instantly, and staying organized can take a long time. So be patient when starting out. This about wraps up our video, which we hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to smash that like button to let us know, and also watch the 2 videos on your screen, as I'm sure you'll love them. We'll be seeing you guys later in another video soon. Until then, take care and goodbye.